Well, hello. I'm so happy you're back. It's episode 314. I'm just returning from a conference I attended and my brain is filled with so many ideas and thoughts and inspirations, many of which I will be sharing with you over the coming days, maybe even weeks. This was my first conference that I attended, on my own dime and for my own benefit. Everything before this was always work-related. This conference was for me. I've contemplated over a year on the type of conference or workshop that would be worth my time and my money. And believe me, this was hard. I was often so close to hitting a buy ticket button and then always decided to wait. And let me tell you, waiting paid off. I had decided that whatever I go to needs to meet one very important criteria. I wanted it to be something where I can learn something. Sounds simple, I know. But I don't just want to learn anything. That's something new. Something I cannot learn by reading a book. Something that's interactive. And most importantly, something I can use and apply and that will prepare me for the next step in my life. Now this suddenly eliminated many of the events I had my eye on. First, about a year ago, I looked at a podcasting conference. And now you're thinking, yes, she's a podcaster, so it would make sense. But I know that conferences like those often turn into buy my product sessions. And I don't need that. There's no doubt I need to work on my podcast. I have tons of work and improvements I need to do, both to my podcast and my website. And I can probably use some help. But it didn't feel right. Podcasting is not all I want to do with my life. My time would be better invested if I speak to local podcaster friends here, where I live, and doing more research on my own time, both of which I'm actually doing. Then, as you know, I like meditation, but I struggle finding time, so I thought maybe I need to go to a meditation retreat. I just need to be fully immersed for a long weekend into the practice of meditation, and that will then get me started. Well, didn't feel right either. Here's why. I have meditated. I love meditating. Listen to my episodes on meditation that I recorded early on in my podcast launch. I don't have a meditation problem. I have a time problem. So why spend $1,000 or more on something that will probably be really nice, but that will not solve my issue? If I can't commit my time to regular meditation, then it doesn't make sense for me to spend a lot of money on a retreat. You could argue that the retreat might inspire me and motivate me to get more consistent. But remember my one criteria for the conference? It excludes all those rah events that feel good while you're there, but that don't give me a foundation for change. Making time is on me, so it better be something I use. As for meditation, there's no guarantee. I decided I first have to prove to myself I can commit before I commit with my dollars. This, by the way, my friends, applies to many areas of our life. Paying for a gym membership, a bike, golf clubs, or an online class is easy, but committing to do the actual work is so much harder. Meditation doesn't require any training. All it needs is my time. With meditation out, I floundered for a little bit. I considered various different events, nothing really too serious, until I stopped looking. I just hadn't figured out what my next step was. And without knowing this, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere because my one and only criteria would not be met. And then the day came when I listened to a podcast in the morning as I was getting ready to work. And I suddenly knew what my next step was. It came to me out of nowhere. Right there as I was putting on my makeup, crystal clear. You see, over a year ago, I started my podcast with two objectives: to help others and to find my voice. New to this speaking thing, I also joined Toastmasters about the same time Quest for You launched. Both are closely connected. My podcast has allowed me to become more comfortable with my voice and learn to use it more effectively. Toastmasters has helped me become more at ease when speaking in front of an audience. With Quest for You, the focus is more on content development. In Toastmasters, I concentrate more on speaking. And I realized this is the direction I'm heading towards too. My voice and my content together to help others. This is what I want to do. Suddenly, I have a clear vision. I know which direction I want to go to. And now I'm also aware of the skills that I need to develop. And right then and there, the conference that I needed was announced on that same podcast that I was listening to. And without hesitation, I signed up. I turned in my vacation, I booked my flight and my Airbnb, and I knew this was it. And this week, I was blown away by the art of public speaking. There is so much for me to learn. It's unbelievable. It's an art. It's a skill I need to learn to master. And it will come only through continuous and dedicated practice. And you may wonder, how will you do that if you can't even find time to meditate for 10 minutes every day? And I say, that's a fair question. But I have a plan. I am committed, and this is what I want to do. And I will share this plan with you as it unfolds in the upcoming weeks. To start, I have my Toastmasters group where I not only speak, but also get to listen to and sometimes evaluate other people's speeches. There, I can begin to apply my new learned skills. But there's more to come, and you will be part of this exciting journey. For now, I wanted to share my process of deciding on a conference with you. Attending one was part of my 2017 goals that I didn't complete. So I added it again in 2018, but this time I was more detailed. The objective was not just any conference, but one that supports my purpose. And this week, I completed this goal. But as you saw, I didn't just check it off the list. I went through a process to get there. It came to me, all of it, but not just out of nowhere, as I earlier said. It came because I was ready and open and willing to wait. You might not be in a position to attend a conference or workshop. These things are not cheap, especially when travel is involved. But here's what I would like for you to take away from this episode today. Don't rush into the next thing. Whether that's a new diet regimen or a new arts class, a different job or even a new partner. Take your time. Taking your time means evaluating how this new person or activity fits into your life. Does it align with your vision? And once you invite it in, are you willing to fully commit to it? I cannot help but think of climbing, which I recently shared in more detail with you. Climbing involved the purchase of quite a bit of expensive gear, but requires even more time. I scrutinized climbing just as much as the conference I just attended. Although the two cannot be further apart, they both are part of my vision and help me be a better person. And as a better person myself, I'm able to help others be more effectively. I encourage you, do this. Be discerning with your time and your money. Money can be earned, but time cannot. So spend it wisely and spend it on the things that support your vision. Much love, my dear friends.